secret about rose. A little bit of rose behind your ears before you go into a difficult situation, and it will diffuse those feelings of anger almost immediately. It's amazing. So you get to be a walking diffuser, right? Where you're showering joy and happiness, and they don't even know what's going on, but all of a sudden they're happier. It's awesome. Rose also has been found to normalize brain activity that can sometimes stimulate undesired muscle responses. But I can tell you through the research that has been done with rose, and I encourage you to please go seek it out on your own, that I am so excited to have Janelle try this on her son Rylan and to see what benefits she might receive there. Now, through research, they've discovered that simply by putting 5 drops of rose on a cotton ball 20 minutes before bedtime, that those who suffer from nightmares, those who have a difficult time going to sleep, or if they wake up at night, that they had a more restful night's sleep. They didn't have the nightmares. They stayed asleep all night simply by diffusing rose. Now we know rose is in console, which would be a great one also to diffuse. It's also in passion, but I love rose diffused. It's just a wonderful, beautiful oil. Now sometimes we go through those situations where we're feeling a little discomfort, right? Maybe a lot of discomfort in the abdominal region, especially that time of the month, or other symptoms that might cause those abdominal pains. So simply by inhaling rose, we find that we can receive a lot of comfort in that regard. Rose is a powerhouse. It is so versatile in its uses. I really look at rose and say, is there anything she can't do? It's like, no wonder she's called the queen of oils, right? You look at frankincense and you look at rose, there's definitely a reason they are the royalty of the essential oil family. So when we look at that skin barrier, it's there for a reason, right? It protects us from the UV radiation. It's going to protect our tissues and our organs from extreme cold, extreme heat. It's a protective layer from different pathogens and toxins from entering into our bloodstream, which is wonderful. But it's actually compromised when we have serious stress in our lives. And that's because our cortisol levels are elevated in our body. And we find that rose actually helps decrease cortisol levels, not surprising, which then helps keep the integrity of that skin barrier intact, which helps protect our body from getting sick. Now, you might say, well, why is rose so expensive? It is very expensive, right? It takes 10,000 roses to produce just 5 milliliters of rose essential oil. Now, I'm a little bit of a rose snob. I'm very particular in where my rose essential oil comes from. It's grown in many different countries around the world, but I'm very particular to Bulgarian rose. Now, in 2015, we created a distillery in Dobrich, Bulgaria. And the reason we did that is because the growers were being mistreated by the brokers. They weren't being paid a fair wage. And when we asked them what they needed in order to bring that legacy forward of growing lavender and melissa in this beautiful region, they said, we need a distillery so that we have a partner that will pay us a fair wage. And in order to run a distillery, we needed someone that had ultimate integrity and the hearts of the people in mind. So Plum and Nikolov is our general manager of Esoteric, and I want you to brag for just a moment about what we've accomplished in Bulgaria, because in 3 years, we've accomplished quite a bit. 4 years, I guess now.
Actually 4 years. 4 active years. these are numbers. I mean, everyone can read the numbers.
Right.
But what we did, we created a team, we established contacts with the farmers, and these contacts are already, we consider them as long-term contacts. We follow simple principles, actually. We are honest and direct and patient, and we are open-minded, inventive, and hardworking, empathetic, caring, supportive. So we want to be a lot of that, what we see here and what we learn from you and the organization doTERRA. And I can tell you that we like the result. We like what we are, where we are. We receive feedback from our partners, very direct and clear feedback. We're fine.
So what I love, we have also 20 million 15 ml bottles, right, of oil that's been produced through Esoterra since 2015.
It's amazing, yes. I was really surprised as we decided to calculate this number, and really just imagine all this oil went through our hands practically, and these are 20 million 15 ml bottles, a lot of oil.
So I would love for you to share with the audience what it has meant to the farmers in this region to have Esoterra.
It took us a while, a year or two.
They were skeptical at first.
Yeah,
Thought
absolutely.
we would be like the other brokers.
Absolutely, everyone was very skeptical, and
some of them had gone years without being paid for the lavender oil that they sold to the brokers, right?
absolutely. And we went into this atmosphere and with the clear decision to change it. And it took us a while, a year maybe, or a year and a half, and then it was amazing, of course, the help from doTERRA, but we were following the simple principles of the co-impact, and we saw how it paid off immediately. So we are working in the meantime with people for 4 years, and they count on us. We have good times, we have bad times, you know, our business depends on the meteorology, but still, when we are there, the people count on us, and there are a lot of, there's a lot of recognition we got back.
And you've taken all the risk away, so you'll provide the starts, you even provide the equipment to come in and harvest the lavender, or Melissa, or yarrow, right, for them, so you completely take the risk away.
Yeah.
They have a guaranteed buyer.
Absolutely.
They have a guaranteed price,
Yeah.
but then they can also get an additional bonus depending on the quality of the crop that they're bringing in.
In the so-called long history of the essential oils in Bulgaria, nobody mentioned ever the word quality. So we were the first, actually, doTERRA was the first company who decided to pay an additional bonus, or to make people sensitive with this word quality.
Harvesting at the right timing,
right
really
moment.
caring for the plant.
But on the other side, we guarantee also a very professional distillation process, which is not always the case.
Right.
Yeah.
I love what you've done. Now, we've received a few awards. In fact, while we're talking, I'm going to show some B-roll. Maybe you can share with them, with the video, some of the things that they're seeing with Esoterra, and to see how it has grown in the last couple of years.
Okay.
So, yes, it started out with just 8 stills.
Yeah.
And how many do we have now?
At the moment, we have 36 stills.
36
We
stills.
recently opened the second distillery this season. This is the second distillery.
Right. And we're distilling frankincense here as well.
Actually, not exactly here. This is a yellow oils distillery, lavender, Melissa. Look at this.
And then you have one for blue oils, right?
And blue oils,
For yarrow.
Yeah, for yarrow, and yeah, we are.
And then frankincense has its own special distiller.
The whole year through. Yeah.
Right, right. It's quite a beacon. What are some of the awards that you've received in Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Recognized throughout the country. You can brag to these people. We're all together, right?
Yeah.
We've all done this together.
We were 2007, for our achievements 2017, we were mentioned as the fastest growing young company in our area in the north east of Bulgaria and in our branch, which is actually in Bulgaria the branch is not only essential oils but also the pharmaceutical companies are counted in this branch, so we really can be very proud with this achievement.
She received a new award this year, right?
And this year, yes, of course, we kept our place, so to say. In addition, from the Ministry of Sports, Health, and etc., we received a recognition as a best donator in Bulgaria connected with children. So if I can say it, yeah, and so on and so on.
It's amazing. So I want to share with you a little bit about Kozilok, the Valley of the Roses.
Yeah.
And if you'll play the B-roll while we're talking,
Yeah.
Maybe talk to them about, for me, Kozilok is as if you walked back in time.
Yeah.
Right? It's so pristine, it's so clean. You don't see any of the automobiles that are coming through in this region. And you see the pickers that go out. It's a very narrow window when they can pick the roses.
Yeah, 1 month. Yeah.
1 month.
Not even.
And so you have immigrant pickers that come in, and very early in the morning, because the oil is so volatile that comes off the petals.
Absolutely.
Why is it so special that rose is distilled there in Kozilok, that the roses are grown in Kozilok? What makes rose from Kozilok so special?
So the skeptical people, professionals, they would say this is a combination between meteorology, soil, the weather. I can tell you that there is something much more there. There is a kind of energy there in this small little valley. You have the Balkan Mountains on your backside to the north, and open to the south and the sun. There is something there. Everyone should feel himself. So
it's amazing.
Energy is there, yes.
So we're going to bring 200 people there next May.
Only?
Only 200 people, right?
Okay.
Anyone going after the Prime Wellness Club, you're going to go. But I want to share with you our future plans for Kozilok and what we want to do for Rose.
Okay.
So do you want to share with them our vision for Terra Rosa?
Yes, we are used to build every year a distillery. So if life happens like this, and so next year this will be our project. The plot what we see is already purchased, and we decided to put, this is a simple ideal drawing of what might come on this plot. It is in the heart of the Rose Valley, very close to the mountain, which is a guarantee of the quality of the rose plantations there, and we will be.
It's the same concept as Terry. We will be the distiller, right? We're pretty proficient at distilling, right? We've got Tanya, who has been a rose distiller for over 20 years. Yeah. She's amazing, the best there is. But we'll work with local rose farmers.
Yes, yes.
And give them a fair price, which is something that they want, right?
Absolutely. We will repeat, yes. We will repeat what we have done in the Northeast, and in the meantime, I think it will be easier because we have a name in the position, actually.
Right.
This is the good thing.
And we get to bring hope into Kozilok now, as well as Dobrich.
Yes.
Yes. So, with that, can you guess what we've been building for? We now will be able to offer